Tonight, we're sitting down with the superintendent of Coventry schools to discuss a budget crisis that could lead to hundreds of teachers being laid off.
As we've been reporting, a small number of voters struck down a budget increase that could have funded those teachers and the after-school programs that are now on the chopping block. Eyewitness News reporter Caroline Goggin is live in Coventry with more. Caroline?
Well, Shannon and Mike, if you live here in Coventry and you're frustrated about this situation, you're going to have two opportunities to speak up this week. The first will be tomorrow night at 6 o'clock during a town council meeting. The second opportunity will be Thursday night at 7 o'clock at the high school during a school committee meeting. In the meantime, for the very first time, we're sitting down with the superintendent of schools tonight as he tries to figure out what comes next.
I wish we weren't having this conversation.
Coventry's superintendent is taking the heat as he says the town's schools are now in survival mode.
I had an email today from a young junior, and she was angry at me, and I understand, but how I'm destroying her high school experience. It should be a positive time.
This year's proposed budget was voted down by taxpayers last Thursday, which Superintendent Craig Levis says could lead to 353 teachers in the district being laid off. He says what's especially frustrating is that only 8% of Coventry voters weighed in last week on an issue that is so incredibly important to the town's future.
As a superintendent, as an educational leader, this contradicts everything that I believe in. But I got to balance the budget.
Levis says that's what they're still trying to figure out. In the meantime, he says laying off the majority of teachers will give the district time to prepare.
We can't run a district minus 353 people, but it's really about giving us flexibility to restructure the high school.
He says that could involve drastically reducing or eliminating athletics, after-school activities, and clubs. They would also look into offering double sessions at the high school. This model would mean teachers would teach all day and the number of them would be drastically reduced. Meantime, students would only attend either a morning or afternoon session to only get their core required classes.
So, kids need to come and have a complete experience. We're going to eliminate that for them.
The superintendent says none of these possible actions are threats. They're the reality, and he hopes this means more people will come out this week and stand up for Coventry schools.
But if this is the true sentiment of the community, think about what that says for the future of Coventry. Would people with children want to move here?
And the superintendent says after the two meetings this week, the town council will decide how to move forward with the budget during a town council meeting next Tuesday. Reporting live in Coventry tonight, I'm Caroline Goggin, Eyewitness News.